The way to get rid of tension is to do just the opposite of all the things that cause it.
Hello everyone, this is Hugo from Ichiban Painting, and today I'll be doing a little pre-shading tutorial. So you can do pre-shading in like two different ways. You can either have your model on primer and then do pre-shading, but what I did on this model is I did the shading manually, so you have a gradient, as you can see the color here. This is the basic light shading. And then what I'll do is I'll do pre-shading on certain areas and also like weathering with the airbrush. So what I'll do actually is I'll film the whole thing a long segment, and I'll do it in fast forward, and I'll do comments on it. So basically that's gonna be it. So let's start. So here we go, guys. Hugo in speed painting time. So basically pre-shading, what you're doing is that basically you're going over the areas where you think you should apply shading. So basically what I'm going here now is going where the antennas are, where the hatches are. Notice that I'm not going to go onto the lower hatch, because the way the turret that sits there, you don't need to do pre-shading. So I'll be doing it everywhere. Note that I'm running really low PSI. PSI is really low, and I'm using the back adjustment in the back. So you saw me, figgle with that thing to make sure that I can control my airbrush and everything and have always the same flow. So basically I'm going to be pre-shading all the areas on top of the tank, and on the sides what I'm going to be doing is actually just weathering. Because my gradient is already really nice on my color, so I don't want to touch it, I don't want to change it. So I really just want to do the top, prepare the top on black and prepare it for pre-shading. So here's actually where I'm going to do some just weathering. So I'm going over the exhaust fans, I'm going over to the to make a little bit of darker color and everything. I'm gonna be going over to the every rivets, just shoot them. So if you remember in my video when I said when you just got your brand new airbrush, what you should do to practice, this is an example here that how and why you should practice. Because actually doing this technique here, I'm going to be doing it on top. I shouldn't have done it on top, but by doing this technique that you're seeing right there, you need to be really precise. And don't think that some people might think I'm using a really small needle and really precise needle. Right now I'm using a 0.4 millimeter needle. So if you guys know airbrush, that's a really big needle, and I'm still going on and hitting really small rivet. So you really need to know your airbrush, and you really need to know the positioning of your airbrush and be precise. So that's why you need to practice with that. When you if you want to do that sort of exercise, and being able to do dots and find precise dots is going to be really important. So basically now I'm doing the weathering using the airbrush, or a pre-weathering using the airbrush on the rivets. And on top I finished the pre-shading that you saw right before. So I finished the pre-shading. Now I'm doing a little bit of pre-shading again, but just to hit the the little I don't know, it's not recess, but little section areas on the land raider that we have. So I'm trying to hit those, and those are going to be hit with the paint for the pre-shading. Once you're going to be going into your main color, it's going to come in soon in the video where I'm going to actually stop the pre-shading. I'm going to go with your the main color. It's really important. You can decide, actually, depending on how precise you're going to be doing your pre-shading work. You can decide how much transparency you want in your color, meaning that if you're really precise and you do a really precise job doing the pre-shading, you can just dust it off really lightly with the main color on top of it and leave the pre-shading stick out a lot. On this tank I didn't want to go with that, so I wasn't super precise on the pre-shading on top, because I wanted actually to just barely be noticeable that I did some pre-shading, because this tank is going to receive heavy weathering on top of it anyway, so I won't be needing that. So that's why I went with that, just a light appreciating, and at the same time I just wanted to showcase the technique to you guys so you can see it. But basically that's where you're seeing it right now. Now I'm shooting the main color, and I'm gonna shoot it not pretty thick. It's still gonna see it through, but it's not gonna be that much. So this is the area where you need to decide how much you want the pre-shading to look and how much you want the pre-shading to show through. So really guys, I really hope you enjoy. This is my new style of making videos. You know, I'm trying new techniques and stuff like that to be able to show you a little bit more things. So I really hope you enjoy. Leave me comments in the section below and to see, you know, if you liked it. So this was Hugo from Ichiban Painting. The video is gonna finish really soon, and I'll see you on the next video.